is a detailed English narration script for the process of transforming fresh cassava roots into premium noodle strains. Fresh cassava roots arrive at the factory as the foundation of the entire production process. At this stage, quality begins with raw material selection. Only mature cassava roots with good starch content, stable texture, and suitable freshness are chosen for processing. Once delivered, the roots are unloaded into the receiving area, where they move onto an automated conveyor system that feeds the line in a controlled and continuous flow. From this point onward, every stage is designed to preserve cleanliness, consistency, and efficiency. The first major step is washing. Fresh cassava roots usually carry soil, dust, and field residue on their rough outer surfaces, so they must be thoroughly cleaned before further processing. The roots enter a stainless steel washing system equipped with rotating drums, spray nozzles, and brushing mechanisms. High-pressure water removes any dirt, while a rotating movement helps expose every side of the roots to the cleaning action. This stage is critical because clean raw material protects downstream equipment and ensures the starch extracted later is pure and suitable for premium noodle production. After washing, the cassava roots are moved into the peeling section. Here, abrasive peeling drums or mechanical peelers remove the tough brown outer skin. As the roots tumble through the machine, the rough outer layer is stripped away, revealing the pale inner flesh rich in starch. The peeled cassava is then inspected visually or mechanically to ensure that excess peel, damaged sections, or unsuitable pieces are removed. At this point, the material has already changed significantly from a dirty agricultural root into a clean industrial food ingredient ready for precision processing. Next comes cutting and size reduction. The peeled cassava roots are fed into cutting machines that slice them into smaller, more uniform pieces. This improves the efficiency of the grinding stage that follows. Uniform piece size is important because it allows the crushing and extraction systems to work evenly, reducing waste and improving the quality of the starch. The cut cassava pieces then enter heavy-duty grinding or crushing machines, where rotating blades, toothed rollers, or hammer systems break the root tissue apart. The result is a wet cassava pulp, a dense mixture of crushed fiber, starch, and moisture. From here, the process shifts from root handling to starch extraction. The ground cassava pulp is mixed with water to create a slurry, which allows the starch to separate more easily from the fibrous material. This slurry is pumped through stainless steel pipes into filtration and screening systems. Vibrating sieves and fine mesh screens retain coarse fibers while allowing the starch-rich liquid to pass through. Multiple filtration stages may be used to improve purity. The goal is to produce a smooth, milky starch liquid with minimal fiber contamination. This is one of the most important transitions in the process, because cassava is not directly turned into noodles in root form. Instead, its starch becomes the essential base ingredient for the noodle dough. After filtration, the starch liquid is concentrated. This can be done using acetylene tanks, centrifuges, or other separation equipment that remove excess water. In a centrifuge, for example, the starch suspension spins at high speed, forcing liquid and solids to separate. The starch becomes denser and more concentrated, eventually forming a thick white starch mass. Depending on the production method, this concentrated cassava starch may be partially dried and milled into a fine powder, or it may be transferred directly into dough preparation. For premium noodle production, consistency is essential, so the starch must have controlled moisture content, smooth texture, and stable purity. The next stage is dough preparation. Fine cassava starch is introduced into a large industrial mixing tank. Water is added in a controlled ratio, and in some formulations, other permitted ingredients may be incorporated to improve texture, elasticity, or processing stability. Inside the mixer, large spiral blades or kneading arms combine the starch and water into a thick dough. At first, the mixture appears loose and powdery, but as mixing continues, it gathers into a dense, cohesive mass. The kneading process develops the dough structure, ensuring it becomes smooth, uniform, and suitable for sheeting. For premium noodles, this step must be carefully controlled because dough consistency affects cutting precision, cooking performance, and the final mouthfeel of the noodle strains. Once the dough reaches the correct texture, it is discharged onto a conveyor and sent to the reduce thickness while refining smoothness and aroma. This gradual reduction is important because it prevents tearing and creates a more even sheet. By the end of this stage, the cassava dough has been transformed into long, continuous sheets of controlled thickness, ready for strand formation. The dough sheets are then guided into the cutting machine. Parallel rotating blades slice the sheets into fine noodle strands. This is a defining moment in the production line, where the dough changes from a flat sheet into the familiar form of noodles. Depending on the desired product style, the strands may be cut into different widths, lengths, or densities. For premium noodle strands, uniformity is crucial. Each strand must be consistent in thickness so that cooking, texture, and appearance remain stable from batch to batch. After cutting, the fresh noodle strands move into the steaming or cooking stage. The noodles travel on a mesh conveyor through a steam tunnel, where controlled heat and moisture partially or fully cook the starch structure. Steam helps stabilize the noodle strands, improve texture, and prepare them for drying or cooling. Inside the chamber, the noodles soften, become more flexible, and develop the characteristic structure expected of high-quality noodles. Precise temperature and residence time are important here because under-processing can leave the noodles unstable, while over-processing may damage texture. Following steaming, the noodles enter the cooling and moisture balancing section. Cool air is passed over the strands to remove excess surface moisture and lower product temperature. In some production lines, the noodles then move into a drying tunnel, where controlled airflow gradually reduces moisture to the desired final level. Drying is especially important for shelf-stable noodle products. The process must be even and gentle to avoid cracking, clumping, or uneven texture. For premium noodles, the balance between internal moisture and external dryness directly influences both cooking quality and storage stability. Once the noodles reach the required condition, they are portioned and formed. Automated guide systems gather the strands into measured bundles or portions. These bundles are shaped into neat, compact forms suitable for retail packaging or food service distribution. Precision weighing systems check that each portion meets the intended standard, maintaining consistency across the entire product line. This stage reflects the shift from bulk processed food into a finished commercial product. Packaging comes next. The noodle portions are transferred into an automated wrapping system, where transparent film or other packaging material is fed around each bundle. Heat sealing units close the packaging securely, protecting the noodles from contamination, moisture loss, and handling damage. Inspection systems may then check seal integrity, package shape, and overall appearance. High-quality packaging is essential for premium products because it preserves freshness, protects product structure, and supports clean presentation. Finally, the packaged noodles are placed into cartons, stacked onto pallets, and transferred to the warehouse through automated logistics systems. Robotic palletizers arrange cartons efficiently, and conveyor networks move the finished goods into storage or directly to outbound shipping areas. By this point, the transformation is complete. What began as freshly harvested cassava roots has become a refined, premium noodle product produced through a highly controlled industrial process. This entire production chain demonstrates the values of modern food manufacturing.